Hey guys, how's it going? This is Andy Alcantar. Today I'm going to show you guys how to go to the Oregon State um, meeting rooms, and also how to ask for help from the compliance team. So when you boot up expWorld, ends up like this. You end up in the welcome area. Um, they do tours and stuff like that throughout the week, I believe. But super simple. What you're gonna do is you're going to click on this left-hand side. You go to you get this drop-down menu, and what you're gonna do is you're going to go down to U.S. broker staterooms. Pulls up a whole map of the U.S. You're gonna go to the state that you're looking for. In this case, we're gonna use Oregon as an example. So once you go to Oregon, rather than calling in, I really love how this all is set up, because normally if you need help from someone, say you call for customer support somewhere, things like that, you're just on the phone waiting. Versus this, you can pull it up, you basically get on the queue, and meanwhile you can still work on your laptop, which is what I do. So it's not really designed for mobile, because even some of the meetings are hard to get to. I think you can only do audio on mobile, but with this, it's super easy. So you end up in this Oregon room, and there's always a person here when they're in business hours, which is usually before 4. Sometimes they might be hanging out, but for the most part, they're gone by 4. And so you need to keep that in mind. If you have some questions about a transaction, just show up early. And again, you just go here. There's someone standing here, and they're super nice, and you just have to realize that it's another person. It's like a live person, a real person behind behind the screen. And so they'll just be standing here, and they'll be like, "Hi, welcome in." And what you do is you just click on this left side, you take the mic on, you put the mic on. And you can also type in here. I don't really use this feature. Pretty much anyone can see it. I think you can even, like, if there's people in this room, you can click down here. It'll show you like people that are in here. So sometimes you can do direct messages, but again, you don't really need to. Um, so what you do is you just unmute yourself. You ask them a question. They'll ask what you're in here for, and depending on what you're here for, they'll ask you to pull a ticket. And so on this side, you can see CDAs, settlements, commission, pretty much anything to do with commissions and checks and stuff. On this side, this is the compliance, the CCS team. Sky slope, listing, transactions, contracts, and as you can see, it's actually even a little bit less. So in any case, like I said, if you have a question, it's usually better to just come in early in the morning. But they're really quick about answering your questions. And so they'll just ask you to, you tell them what you're dealing with, and then they'll ask for you to take a blue ticket. You just click on the blue ticket there, and you're in the queue. And so, I mean, it doesn't matter. You can just stand here, or you can sit just to be out of the way or whatever. But it'll automatically pull you usually into one of the offices back here, or one of these rooms, or these tables in here, and it's completely private. No one else can hear your conversation. If you're out here though, in the lobby, in the waiting area, people can hear what you're talking about. And I mean, you don't really have to watch what you say. We're all professional, but if it is something a little private, or something that has to do with client confidentiality or anything like that, or you just don't feel comfortable, just keep that in mind. But again, once you're in one of these rooms, your conversation is completely private. There's a lot of these other rooms. I've never really had to use any of these. There is, however, or DMB, Brian Benjamin. He's back here somewhere. There's Ted Morrow, and Brian Benjamin's back here, I think, back here. Anyways, if you need to talk to them for something important or something big, that you can't get answers from the compliance team, they'll ask you to see Ted or Brian. And what you do is they'll walk you back there. You basically just move your little avatar with your arrows on your Mac or PC. Just go back in there, and again, it's a private room. So it's just a chat room, and then I believe it's every Tuesday and Thursday for Oregon, if I remember correctly. You go into this Oregon auditorium. Really quickly, I'll show you what it looks like. And so you just again, you walk down here, and it's just like a big PowerPoint presentation or a Zoom, But it's full of EXP agents in Oregon. You just sit down here. You can participate. If you click up here, you can mess with the zoom in on the screens. You can mess with them. If you click your space bar, you can look around. And I really enjoy the Oregon State meetings. They're very interactive and they're just a great group of people with a good sense of humor, especially Brian. He's awesome. And they're all really nice. John just joined not too long ago. He's great answering questions. Corina, Kitsy, they do a great job. Kara, she's more like support, but she posts a lot on Workplace, and I'll make another video explaining how to use Workplace if you haven't used it already, but it's super helpful again with like answering your own questions. Think of it just kind of like well, basically it's Facebook for us EXP agents. But the thing is that you can literally search anything, kind of like Google, but it's all answers from fellow agents. And so, if you have a question, usually you can just find someone who has already asked that. And underneath, you can see all the comments. And usually, an agent or two, or a handful of agents will give their experience or give their knowledge, which is great. And again, you can just search in keywords or a whole sentence. Sometimes it pops up. We have a lot of questions that come up frequently. Okay, and then finally, I want to show you this sidebar again. So welcome area, that's where you start off, and again, you go to U.S. broker staterooms if you want to go to a different state. Like, if I want to talk to the Washington State team, like I'm dual licensed, you would click on that and then go to Washington. It's the same process, but obviously it's a different staff, and so sometimes it's a little bit of a different workflow, but for the most part, it's essentially the same. Um, and then if you have other questions, and there's also these other rooms, and depending on there's a calendar for all the EXP classes. They'll tell you where you need to go. So um, it'll say like recruiting or excuse me, it'll say like listing presentations by such and such EXP agent at 9 a.m. in the Oregon State Auditorium or something like that. So you'll click on here, you'll go to Oregon, and then give me one sec. Let's see. Oh, see, I have this favorited. But anyways, you can go to, say, if it's in the commercial state meeting room or commercial auditorium, something like that, you would click on the appropriate link, and then you would click on that one, and it takes you straight to it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, you can text or call me anytime.